Islam was. Let's rise and do our prayer. Feet at 45 degrees, heels touching. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth. Peace. Freedom.
And
justice. Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide. And my salvation. By night. And by day. Through His holy prophet. No Islam. Holy Quran of the Moor Science Temple of America, chapter 25. Matter of fact, if you could have everybody rise and we'll do this together. Let's repeat after me. We the children of one Father. Provided for by His care. And the breast of one mother. Hath given you suck. Let the bonds of love and affection. Therefore unite thee. With thy brothers. That peace and happiness. May dwell in thy Father's house. And when ye separate in the world. Remember the relation that bindeth you. To love and unity. And refer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him. If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race. And his care be continued to you all. In your love to each other. Ashe. A warning from the Prophet to be read in every meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must put an end to all radical and agitating speeches while on their jobs, homes, or on the public streets. We advocate peace and not destruction. Stop trying out your cards with the Europeans, for it causes confusion. There has been much confusion caused by members trying out their cards. The cards are for your salvation. Failure of obeying my orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members that seek to hold malicious feelings toward the temple or the prophet, or to violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement, will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors must obey the laws laid down to them by their prophet. And if they lose confidence in their prophet, give up your card and button, cease wearing your turban or fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. For this is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Juali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet is sending out a divine plea to all true Moorish Americans that they may do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. Noble Juali. To the members of the Moor Science Temple of America, Islam, these are the instructions from your holy prophet, Juali. Be faithful unto your forefathers' divine and national creed, that you will be blessed for your good deeds that you sow in the flesh. Allah is the one that judges the world, and his judgment is now on, but the weak comprehend it not. The end of time is drawing near, so says Allah to his divine prophet, I am Noble Juali. And that is why many hearts have turned to stone. Many have eyes to see, but cannot see, ears to hear, but cannot hear, lest they would be confounded of their sins. These are trying hours now, dear Moors, and every evil spirit is moving, and they are trying every weak mind to overthrow and drag out the true foundation that has been laid, and to cause confusion in the minds of the ones that do believe. But if you have the true love of Allah and the spirit of your forefathers, you fear not what you hear or see, but will sacrifice the utmost of your very life to protect your movement and your prophet. Watch your enemies, dear Moors. Your enemies are the ones that speak against your prophet and ridicule him to the very lowest, and the ones that speak against your divine and national principles of your temples. Act accordingly, and Allah will bless you for your good work. Peace to your divine prophet, Noble Juali. to be proclaimed in every meeting. Islam. I am glad to know that I have a few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There is a host of jealousy about me and the movement now by the same people on our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as American citizens, they are working every scheme they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that attribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I am calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance and I need it badly. Never before have I needed finance so badly as I do at present, so I can shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my fame and nobility. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without I, the prophet, being head. It has been proven by my works, which I have performed in the last few years. Islam. And we just close out with Article 6 of the Zodiac Constitution. The one and only universal moral law for unity, peace, and economic and social progress. The Moorish Zodiac Constitution is the only universal, unchanged moral law for the human family, for unity, human equality, respect, peace, and economic and social progress. Therefore, every Moor, the Bays and L's, must be guided by this Constitution and book clock of destiny. Do that which is right by reason and have respect for the quote-unquote white lawmakers and citizens of the Magna Carta Union Society of the 50 states in order to demand respect from them. The quote-unquote white people of the Union are guided by their Magna Charta, traditions and customs, and the Moors are guided by the Zodiac Constitution law. Nevertheless, their customs and traditions, including themselves, must be respected by the Moors, without submitting themselves to any of the Magna Charta customs. That which is termed the Christian law is a rule of action recorded on paper and supported by authority and force. The Zodiac law of nature is recorded in the wisdom of women and men and supported by moral intelligence, the greatest law. Knowledge of Zodiac masonry is shown in this Moorish Constitution and also in my book Clock of Destiny, Volume 1 and 2, will prevent a Moorish American, he or she, from indulging in crime. They then would not have to appear in the courtroom to stand trial. Let me repeat that again. Knowledge of Zodiac masonry, as shown in this Moorish Constitution, and also in my book Clock of Destiny, Volume 1 and 2, will prevent a Moorish American, he or she, from indulging in crime. They then will not have to appear in the courtroom to stand trial. Should a Moorish American who has this Constitution and Book 1 and 2 indulge in crime, such as narcotics, robbery, forgery, prostitution, illegal whiskey or alcohol, illegal schemes, gambling, peace-breaking, violence, and disrespect for the law of the city, country, state, and federal, they then have incriminated themselves and therefore will be penalized. This Constitution card and book definitely does not protect criminals. Beware. The Clock of Destiny Moorish American Card of Identification and Constitution has been registered in the Library of Congress and signed by the author C.M. Bay. A Moorish American cannot be convicted on false accusation frame-up charges. The evidence against a Moorish American must be concrete proof beyond a shadow of a doubt. The Moorish nation of 150 million, as of 1951, of the USA shall not be destroyed for lack of truth and knowledge of the law and constitution of the Moors. Islam. Welcome all to the first, we'll say, active Moors, allodial Moors, 720 Moors, convention. You might have heard or seen images of Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, etc. having conventions, right? The concept of a convention is for Moors to come together, and or organizations come together, or political parties, whatever, come together, put their minds together, put some things on the table, so that the family could know where they're going, where they should be going, what we should do, should not do, or whatever like that. We always go back to the readings that we get during every MHHS class of all the Moors that got kidnapped, all the Moors that had, you know what I mean, some type of right violated. And we realize that majority of those things come directly from violation of what CMA was talking about in Article 6. Not necessarily that foreigners have authority to say you're doing something criminal, but recognizing that they're going to do that. So it's in our best interest to make sure that we're doing things so that they don't even go there in their mind that, well, maybe they're tied to some type of criminal activity or whatever, right? So one of the freshest examples is the Moors getting stopped last night, and realizing and recognizing that once you're working with Noble Drew Ali, you're working with Allah, you're working with your ancestors, certain things are automatically just going to go in your favor. That's just what it is. There's nothing to discuss about it. That's what it is. The other part of it is that due to us not paying complete attention to certain things that are happening from a celestial perspective, we miss things. And then when you miss those things, now karma's coming because you shouldn't have missed it if you say you're more a scientist and all that stuff. Every single instance that we realize the impact that it has on others for us saying we're Moors or wearing a fez or having a turban or whatever like that, that is inspiring somebody to say, hey, I wonder what this is about, right? For ourselves, like for example, last night, you know, we were on when the thing was going on, right? And a lot of it was, you know, the individuals who were involved in it are Moors that are fresh to the information, right? So the energy of the lights and them coming out and they got the guns and they're trying to push this arrogant, they know the law perspective, you don't, or whatever like that, creates that imbalance of the energies in this immediate area, right? One of the things that, because again, we're not, the purpose of us being here is not to check ourselves on the right stuff that we do, because we already got that. The idea of the convention is to present the other things that cause us to be hindered, cause us to have issues that we really shouldn't be happening. Because like CMB is saying, you know, once we stand on certain things, it's not even supposed to be an issue. Issue's not even supposed to come up. There's not even supposed to be stops. There's not even supposed to be certain things, right? Mm-hmm. But the energy of having knowledge of self that we are Moors and then engaging in whatever that those people are going to classify as quote-unquote criminal activity, again, creates an energy. Because we're supposed to be of it's like